Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com.
You treat me like you do. 'Cause if you still where I'm standing, tell me, would you like the view? I keep pretending I'm steady, but the truth keeps shining through. I've been walking in the silence just to stay away from you. I've learned to give you distance, like it's something I must prove. So
Annie, I realized something. I had a realization I'm going to explain in this video. So, and everyone else, just go ahead and listen. Oh my god, this song is so perfect. Okay, I'm going to turn it down. This is going to be an awesome video. I'm so excited for this one. Here's what I'm going to do. I made a long video of me riding across the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. I'm going to add this song to that so you can just listen to the song. I'm also going to put a link in the description. Okay, this is going to be a combination of something about avoidance. It's also going to be about something I learned a long time ago in a 5-week training in Hawaii. We trained for about 8 hours a day, sometimes more actually. And they had when we got to, I forget, it was the master practitioner part, and it was deep into the training, probably the 3rd or 4th week. One thing we do as human beings is we unconsciously interact with each other, and it's almost like, okay, your brain, your unconscious mind is like, hey man, I've got some issues over here that need to get triggered so I can bring them up so I can heal them. So essentially, we are unconsciously, even people that don't go to therapy, we're unconsciously doing shadow work with each other. We're triggering each other, getting in fights with each other. See, a lot of times the people that like really hurt you bad, you ask them on an unconscious level to do that. Now, I know that sounds nuts, but I'm going to get more into this. Here's the funny thing. I just got this song from Samantha, and it's called Holding Shadows. And I knew the minute I saw it, like, oh, this is about shadow work. Here's another thing, listening to the lyrics of this song, 100% this is about avoidance. Now, I haven't asked her yet because I think it's too personal. I know a lot of avoidants don't want to hear it, but she's an avoidant. She emailed me something. We kind of we have many conversations about every 3rd day or so. So she kind of let me know, what's the word I'm looking for? She spends a lot of time alone, avoids people. So there's a little more to it. But at that, plus listening to the lyrics of her songs, like, oh, she's an avoidant. Guys, the coincidences that have been just colliding into my world in the last 2-3 weeks have been just insane. So here's the deal. We do, on an unconscious level, even call it a spiritual level, we attract people to us. It's like you're walking through a city, walking downtown, boom, 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 up, there's a person. That person can trigger my stuff and I'll trigger their stuff. And we make an unconscious agreement. In fact, a lot of times spiritual people say we made this agreement before we even came to the planet. Here's the deal. What I've been going through for the last 6 months, I see it. I mean, I even saw it when it first started. I was like, oh shit. I literally said, I think I'm going to delete this girl's number. I don't think because there's something she said and I knew, oh, here it comes. God, I should tell you guys everything. This is so cool. All right, so let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to say something right now. I've been watching a lot of avoidant videos for 6 months. Every day, and this is going to sound so weird. The very basis, now here's the thing, something that I've heard, I've even mentioned on my videos a lot, and I talk about it to people about, and yet, God, this sounds sounds stupid. It makes me sound stupid, but we all go through this. Okay, so here's something like that I logically understood. Okay, you're going to learn something here. Okay, I said something in a video of a client I think it was yesterday, the day before. So I'm going to pull this all together. This is really a really cool learning. So a lot of times, things that we think hurt us are not really what's hurting us. It's something from our past, and our perspective, our belief. Okay, now just watch this. So number one, it's not the person that you're dealing with. They're not the one. But you think, oh, they hurt me. Oh, they this. No, there's something that was going on inside you your whole life probably. Dudes, I'm having the most aha moment of aha moments. Perspective change, realization. I would say there's a word I'm looking for. I can't find it right now. Okay, so let me just go real fast. So I worked with this client, and she was hurting because it was basically we were doing like a breakup session for emotional heartbreak. By the way, if you didn't know that, that's one of the things that I do with people. I help them to get over people, etc., etc. So here's the deal. I realized the person that, she thought like this person was hurting her, the connection was hurting, or however you want to say that. It really wasn't that. It was something that was going on inside her. This person merely represented if this person approves of me or loves me, accepts me, then I'm going to feel good about myself. Then I'm okay. But the fact of the matter is that will not truly heal and make you actually feel good for the rest of your life. So she had an issue from childhood. It came from church. I had just made a video about this. I think it was 2 or 3 videos ago. And essentially what happened was they taught her every night when she goes to bed to pray and to ask for forgiveness for not only to pray, but to recognize, to recall every bad thing she did during the day and pray for forgiveness. Well, essentially, we've all been taught this. And it makes you think, well, I'm just this horrible person. Every day I'm doing something wrong. I got to ask for forgiveness because I'm such a bad person. And it makes you feel that way. Well, what happens is when you carry something through life, like you will get into a friendship or a relationship with someone because you want them almost like to be like, well, if this person accepts me, if this person loves me, if this person, then I'm not a bad person, or then I'm okay. No, even if they do that, it'll still come up later on. In fact, that person was really designed or brought into her world to trigger this issue to come up so she could work on it and heal it. Otherwise, it just festers under there, meaning it's not like, well, if it's down there, what's the big deal, Mike? Because it'll come up in phone calls, or it'll come up at the grocery store, talking to a friend, talking to a new person. Like all this stuff that gets triggered, you think, oh, this person did this horrible. No, it's the issue that you have. When you heal the issue, it can't get triggered. Do you understand why it's cool and important and fun to heal stuff? Because then it's not there anymore. And yes, this is the work that I do. Okay, now we're going to talk about my stuff. I'm going to be really open and really honest. Because it'll help a lot of you. It'll help you to see yourself. So you know how a lot of us have dealt with narcissists and abuse and, just like the mind games, the gaslighting, the tricking you, oh, you're bad, you're wrong, even though you didn't do anything wrong, like the whole church thing of like, oh, you got to recall everything you did wrong today, so you're looking for shit like, what did I do wrong? Okay, well, I was bad, or it could have been bad, or maybe they misunderstood me and therefore I'm bad anyways. And that's part of it. A lot of it is like you guys have dealt with narcissists where it's like, they'll purposely misunderstand you. And like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you did that. And like, that's not what I said. Then you sit there and argue back and forth with someone who's purposely misunderstanding you. Well, one of the lessons you learn when you wake up is like, yeah, if someone's purposely misunderstanding you, move on. Don't even deal with them. God, you guys, are you listening to the lyrics of the song? I'm going to make another video where I just play the lyrics. This is exactly about shadow work, about healing, about everything we've been going through. Finding this artist and having conversations with her and the lyrics in these songs, this is not just a coincidence. Okay, so here's the deal. Meet this really cute young lady, and we really hit it off. There was just like this magnetic draw. And it was pure. It was beautiful. It was perfect. It was amazing. Because that's what sucks you in. And I don't mean her, but I mean the spirit of it all. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, so avoidance. So it's so stupidly ridiculous. Like, this is the first thing you hear about avoidance. In fact, it's in the name, avoidant. Is when they open up emotionally to someone and they fall in love, or they start to have feelings and become emotionally intimate, they run. It's what they do, because intimacy and open-heartedness and love triggers, oh shit, I'm going to get hurt, I'm going to be punished, I'm going to get yelled at, and they frickin' run. It literally triggers a panic attack to get the hell out of here. So, I mean, the first video I saw made that very, very clear. And you would think, oh, well, you get it, right, Mike? Yeah, I thought I did. So you know how on YouTube and social media in general, when you start watching certain videos, all of us, like if I start watching NFL football, next thing you know, they're going to show up everywhere I go, right? Like on YouTube or my Facebook or whatever. Well, I've started watching avoidant videos, learning, because I wanted to understand like what's going on, how do I deal with it, what is it about, So boom, they pop up all the time now. I kind of stopped that about a month ago. I was like, yeah, I'm just done. I don't want to deal with it. I'm so tired of this. But 2 videos popped up today. And holy shit, did my brain suddenly click. Now you have to understand, for about 5 months or something like that, I watched these videos every single day, taking notes, even made some videos of my own about it, what I learned, what I experienced. And now here's the deal. I started watching the videos and I kind of like, I'm so tired of watching them that I was reading my emails and I was doing other things like, I don't know, just doing other things on my computer, and yet the message was getting through. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I'm really listening, even though I'm on a different tab, I'm reading something else here. I'm like, man, I'm really understanding what they're saying. Now, it might be because the person was just really good, or the AI or whatever it was that was doing. It's like they were really breaking it down really, really well. But I don't think that's what it was. I think it was I finally cleared something emotionally, and I was ready to hear it for the first time. Even though my ears heard it more than 100 times, at least. Man, where do I go with this? Because I want to make sure I do this right. Okay, so I'm listening to these videos while I'm doing other stuff, but the message is coming in perfectly clear. It's like I'm going, oh, I get it. I'm like, wait a minute, I've even made videos about that. It's like, a lot of times you understand something on a surface level, but you don't really, really understand it until you do. So here's the deal. I do a lot of energy healing work, and I go every night. Well, I used to go to this energy heal a lot for many, 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 many years, over 20 years. And once you kind of get the energy healing going, it just kind of takes a life of its own. I'm serious. So you'll bump into people, things will get triggered, boom, this whole clearing thing. The thing I've been going through has been for 6 months. Like, if you've noticed my videos, and even right now, my voice right now is probably more congruent than it has been in 6 months since June of last year. So this experience triggered something in me to clear up an issue, probably more than one, but layers of issues, and I finally cleared something. And the reason why I couldn't really hear and really deeply understand what I had heard 100 times or more was because of my issue. This is why you can tell something, well, why do you keep going back to that person, blah, blah. It's like they can't hear you. It's like they have to understand. See, one thing I noticed for me, if sometimes, like, when I finally get this aha moment and understanding, boom, the problem is finally gone. And people could tell me, like, why do you do that, Michael, blah, 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 blah. Or, you know how you try to tell a friend, like, well, you shouldn't do that, or, you should understand. It's not, see, you think, like, oh, they're dumb, or they're stupid, or they're not listening. No. They can't hear you because of their issue. And until they clear that issue, truly, truly heal it, they're not going to learn the lesson that they need to learn to where they can finally understand. Okay, so I'm going to kind of back up and start from the beginning last year. So probably around March, April, something like that. I don't remember exactly when it started. So met this person. She came out and talked to me once and sat down, talked to me. I thought, oh, it's nice. And then again, and then again. And then we went across the street. And I don't remember if it was that day or the day after or the next time. But around that time, she was outside out front, and I was saying goodbye. And I said, oh, I don't remember what we said, but I said, oh, I could teach you that or teach you something. And then she looked at me with a grin. She goes, oh, I think you're the one who's going to learn something here. And I was like, oh, shit. And you know how we've been dealing with narcissist abuse? And I'm like to me, that was like a major red flag. I remember going, I think I'm going to delete her number because I have a really bad feeling. But then something kicked in and said, you know what? I want to see what this is. And one of the things I've learned is once you feel that red flag, just go get the hell out because it's going to be painful. And I knew it was, but I also had a gut feeling I think I'm supposed to learn something here. And man, did I. It wasn't just a learning, it was a healing. Now here's the deal. I'm going to tell you something. God or Mother Nature, it's a spiritual thing. Maybe if you believe Mother Nature is spiritual, something causes you to be in love. Like you can't pull apart because you're supposed to learn and heal. Sorry about that. My heater just kicked on. So essentially you were drawn together. And I'm going to tell you something. I remember there was the third day when I saw her. Maybe not the third day. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably the fourth day, fifth day maybe. I literally felt like something shot into my heart from her heart. Like a Cupid's arrow. And I was like, boom. I'm telling you what happened. I looked at her and went, oh shit. She was about 15 feet away from me. And I turned to the right like, oh, I can shake this off. I'm like, oh shit, it's not coming out of me. Because for the last 5 years, I'm like, nope, I'm not falling in love. I'm not getting close to people, because the whole narcissist abuse crap that went down. And I'm like, oh man, it's like I'm in love with this person. And I couldn't shake it off. And I was like, oh shit, like, here we go. I'm going to get to the point of what it was that I learned. It's going to blow your mind. And also her trigger. I do believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that she's been doing a lot of healing work, even if it's been completely unconscious for the last 6 months. So we went through our phase. It was cool. It was awesome. It was amazing. It was like, hands down, the most amazing relationship or dating experience I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, man, it was just so fun. And you know what it was? It was the feelings. The feelings were just so strong. So it was fun, it was light, it was exciting, it was just pretty much everything. And we weren't really, really close. We were, but we weren't physically. And then it kind of started going there, and I'm going to skip to the chase. So we started getting close emotionally. And boom, it just flipped. It was like a switch, and I'm not kidding. I was like, oh shit, like her body tightened up, like everything just boom. I'm thinking, okay, what just happened? I was like, hey, you okay? Well, no, it was completely like, kind of like, not silent, but there was a different demeanor. And of course, she completely pulled away, completely, totally, absolutely just done. Here's the weirdest thing in the world. I never really knew what avoidance was. In fact, the word itself, if you would have said it to me, it would not have registered. So it was about a week before that last day. I was talking to her and she walked away. And as she walked away, something went into my heart and said avoidant. I'm like, what? It was like a word. And I could feel it. I could almost maybe hear it. I don't know. But it was clear. I could almost see it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go home and go on YouTube. I'm going to do some research on what that is. And boom, all of a sudden, like, yeah, avoidance, kind of like narcissist, but not, et cetera, et cetera. And I clicked through the next couple of days, and boom, next thing you know, I saw this video that way back five plus years ago when I was watching a lot of YouTube videos on narcissist abuse. I remember coming across this guy, and I watched 2 of his videos. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, what? That's stupid. Like, why would someone run away if you fall in love or you love someone like that? It's like my brain. I was exhausted. I was burned out on listening to narcissist abuse videos. So like, I'm not doing this. I'm out. So So I didn't learn about avoidance years ago, like probably 4 years ago or 3 years ago when I first came across. It might have been 5 years ago. It was a long time ago, but so I didn't know anything about avoidance. So I started watching the videos, watch his videos, watch some other people, and then the next time I saw her, I just kind of didn't really think much about it. But I thought, yeah, she does have some of these traits, but I didn't know enough about it to really understand it. So here's the deal. The first thing you learn about avoidance, now this is the dumb part. I mean, it's in the freaking name. And I mean, I logically understood it, but I didn't see it. And I understand now why. So here's what it is. When avoidants get close to you emotionally, the moment... See, what happens is it's like they have the shield up. The door's closed. Nope, I'm not freaking opening up. And here... Or I have to share this. When I no, we had already exchanged numbers. But it was the first date official date we were going on. Is... How to explain this? She smiled at me. Like this little thing kind of came out of her heart area. And I got a quick, like almost a quick snapshot of an image of this kind of like maybe 2-inch thick, maybe 1.5 to 2-inch thick, like lead kind of barrel around her. And that little sliver came out like from her shoulders down to her hip area. Like that went all the way down is what I mean. Like this little sliver of light came out. And you could kind of see the light from there and also above and below. And you're like, and I knew instantly, oh, she's got a very bright light, a heavenly light, and she's very loving, but she's hiding it. And here's the thing, when I first started doing research on avoidance is an image exactly like I saw came up, and I thought, oh, that's this. I thought that is so weird that the image that was the picture the artist drew was like, that's exactly what I saw. I so wish I would have grabbed that image. So essentially Cupid's arrow hit me. Now here's the thing, that was the first time I ever even thought about believing in that, because it was instant. It was like, what the hell? And it was there, and I knew like, oh, it's not going to go away. I can't shake this off. Everything's going great. I don't think I've ever had an experience where we just got along so smoothly, so perfectly. Everything was just fun. It was great. And then it happened. And boom, she was gone. Now, on a logical level, I did understand that there's something in me that got triggered that's hurting. But on an emotional level, I didn't care. And it was like all the education and training I've gone through. It was kind of like I threw it out the window, like, I don't care. Like, and here's what I started thinking. Like, so what did I say wrong? What did they do wrong? And here's what happens. Like, I went back and I thought, okay, well, this is what happened. This is what I said. This is how she reacted. And then I started going all the way back to like the first, not the first day, but like the first time she said, oh, I think you've got something to learn here. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what? It's what I said earlier. And I started, here's my point. I was going back on every little detail, every little thing, like, what did I do wrong? Like, what did I say? Like, why is she gone? Now, you have to understand, at this point, I've watched dozens. And as the months have passed by, I can almost, maybe not hundreds, but I've watched a lot of videos on avoidance. So here's the deal. One thing about avoidance, and I'm gonna get around to my snafu, my what's the word I use? Stupidity? I don't know if the word, but it's so stupid. It's because it's so obvious. And here's the deal. I'm a very grounded and emotionally open person. My energy is expanded open. Okay, so my pupils are usually dilated big. I'm in my right brain. I'm in my right brain peripheral system, and my awareness is just way out there. My energy's out there. So avoidance, kind of like the image of her having that kind of thing wrapped around with a little sliver open, and probably just opened that moment to connect with me. But avoidance are people who, most people in general, do not want to be open like I am. It is an overwhelming experience for them. It's kind of like, and it's because of all the energy healing I've done. It's like your awareness, your energy expands. The more you heal, the more you integrate. And okay, there was an experience when I was in Hawaii, And I was on the far side of the island, and I met this girl, and she took me to this beach. It was kind of a private beach. It was a really cool beach because it was kind of like almost like a pond area, but it was directly connected to the ocean for sure. But when you went out about, I think it was like 100 yards or maybe farther, there were two big mounds of coral, and it basically blocked the water. So the water in there was kind of calm and smooth. But in between these two mounds, it caused the ocean, the force to really pull in and then suck back out. So if you got right in the right place, it would pull you in and out. And it was really cool. You're going back and forth. But when it pulled me out one time, I went way out. And as I looked down, that's when it dropped off. I was like, whoa, like it dropped off. And I was like, and that's when I realized, like, oh, there could be sharks out here. So I just swam right back in. I was terrified. But it wasn't just the thought of the sharks. It was the vastness, the expanded openness of it all. So here's the deal. Because I'm so open, when I gain rapport with people, people expand open. And at first they don't notice it. Blah, blah, they just feel great. And they kind of get this feeling and they pull back. So for a lot of people that are very, like a lot of empaths are more open than the average person. And so what happens is, this is one of the reasons why people get angry with you. And some people just like, they'll pull away like, okay, I can't be with this person. Because it allows but even their emotions and emotional issues, those things that are kind of buried down there, you think are not there. Oh no, they're there. And they start coming up in full force. And a lot of people, it's an unconscious thing. Like every time I get around this person, my, issues start popping up, and they're not even conscious. They just they kind of fade out. Because they don't want to deal with their stuff. Now here's the difference between how a narcissist will deal with it versus an avoidant. So again, avoidants, they keep tight, they keep close, boom, 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 they hang out with you. But what happens is eventually they accidentally, they kind of out of forgetfulness, they kind of let their guard down and the door opens. So normally it's like an avoidance, like they have a door and they only open up about an inch because there's that thick, heavy chain on it. And they only open it up a little bit and they peek out. And that's it. They do not want to open up emotionally at all. Hell no. Now, what happens is they go into rapport with you, and they open the door wide open. Hey, and they even come outside in this vastness, kind of like me in Hawaii when the water sucked me all the way out, and I was looking down, and I was kind of like far out. Like, oh my God! Well, it's the same thing, and it overwhelms them and it scares them. And so, the way an avoidant deals with it is they run. Now, a narcissist, when they open up, they start to see all the shit that they've done to people and all the lies that they've told to themselves, and they're like, no, I'm the good one. And what they do is they start yelling and screaming at you. Now, I made a video about this about 2 or 3 years ago. It was a really big hit because a lot of people I always wondered, why are they yelling at me? It's because they're freaking out. They're trying to get you to close up. So they'll flip out. They'll just start yelling and screaming. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, so here's the deal. People heal when they open up. Okay, so we are unconsciously triggering things to heal each other. Avoidants run away from it. Narcissists shut it down. By shutting you down. Now here's the deal, believe it or not, but all of us are healing. So here I have been just heartbroken, missing this young lady, and just man, I thought I was going to marry her. I thought she was the one. And I was hurt. It was it's like a lot of people call it an abandonment wound. I think with me it wasn't an abandonment wound. It was hold on a second. I would say it was more of a narcissist abuse, wound where they're always telling, oh, you're wrong, you did this bad, this is wrong, you did that bad, and growing up, and so I'm like, well, what did I do wrong? Here I am thinking I've done all this clearing, well, that can't be it, and yet here I was, going over every little speck and detail of everything I said, every word, every this. And I'm like, man, did that upset her? Did she misunderstand that? Because that's another thing. Well, it was kind of like the deep cleaning. There's a little bit left, but it was way down there at the bottom of the barrel. It's getting scraped up. And so here's the deal. To tonight I'm watching these or listening because I really wasn't paying attention. I'm over here doing my emails and sending messages out to clients and people I'm working with, blah blah blah. And I'm really hearing these videos, and I'm thinking, wow, this person's really good. And it dawned on me, like, Mike, you've heard this 100 times. You're finally getting it. And here's why. Because I finally healed from this, at least this part of my healing journey. I know this is going to sound stupid. Here it is. I'm going to give it to you right now. Even though I had heard it 100, maybe 200 times, like avoidants run when they open up and they get close to you intimately, emotionally, right? Or even physically intimately. They'll just, boom, they'll bolt and you'll never see them again. And that's what this video is saying tonight. Like, well, how you know that they're in love with you is they completely run away. And I'm like, wait, what did she say? Now, I've heard this before. I heard it earlier today. I heard it last night. It's not like I've heard this so many times. And yet, here I am going, man, what did I do wrong? Overthinking, like, man, I remember I said this and she reacted like that. You know how, like, you overthink things when something like this happens? I'm like, yeah, I remember her saying this. I remember when I brought this up, and man, that's what they say about avoidance. If you say this, they'll block you or they'll take off. Now I'm listening to this video tonight going, dude, she fell in love. She opened up, she started having feelings, and boom, she bolted. Exactly like an avoidant does. Everything they were saying in this video, it was about a 30-minute video about how avoidants do what's called fault finding. Again, it's not like a narcissist. A narcissist finds fault to use against you to tell people. Now, an avoidant doesn't do that. They're looking for a reason to get the hell out. They're just going, okay, they're not a good person because ABC, and now I have a reason to leave. It's not because they're trying to hurt you. So it was like, here I logically heard this, but emotionally it's like, well, yeah, but that's not true. Now I wish I could just talk to her and, that's not true. That's not me. Like, you twisted in your mind. Like, my mind was doing this the whole time. Even though I heard this stuff, I wasn't hearing it because my own issue was blocking me from hearing it, because my issue was like, okay. And I remember saying, yeah, she took off because we started getting close, but I didn't really, I don't want to say I believed it logically, fully and completely, but emotionally it's like, what did I do wrong? I mean, I've even made videos about this, about saying, hey, if they open up to you, they're going to take off. That's how you know that they really, really like you. Okay, so when you clear something, this is part of clearing. If you've done energy healing and you've done, maybe it's a style of energy healing, but when I go through this clearing, all of a sudden, boom, I see it. It is like the ha moment of, like, I'm trying to explain something that you probably can't experience it until you experience it. Or you probably can't understand it until you experience it. So now that it's cleared, I'm like, oh man, like, how did I not see this? It was right in front of my face. It's like the most obvious mundane thing you'll just see it and be like, oh, how did I not see it even though I was talking about it? It's so let me just kind of shift this a little bit. It's like, so my expanded openness triggered her stuff to freak out and run. And her stuff, when she freaked out, triggered my stuff. Oh my God, it hurt too. And you know what? Here's the thing about a lot of you empaths out there, light workers, is you guys have no idea. You're a healing machine. You are just more open than the average person. And for those of you who follow my channel, I guarantee you've been opening up more and more and more as you follow along. Because my energy, through my voice, through the way I talk, it's just the energy. It causes you to shift, causes your stuff to come up, and it causes your energy to open up. Now here's the deal. People that are not open like us, that don't want to open up, they won't like us. They'll be mean to us. Because at first they might like you, but then after a while they start up, their shit starts going, I don't want to deal with it. And it's not even, I'm not saying they're consciously aware of it, but on an unconscious level, their body's like, every time this person comes around, my emotions start flipping out and stuff starts to come up. It is an unconscious realization. So unconsciously, they get mad at you. They don't even know why they're mad at you. But here's the other thing I notice. People that actually have a good relationship with themselves, that like themselves, they'll like you a lot. The good people will gravitate and they will open up to you. So if you've ever wondered why is it that people are mean to you and this and that, and why do people like leave your life, it's because their issues are coming up and they don't want to deal with it. And they realize they've got to push you away or they've got to run away. The one thing I want you to know, though, I promise you, there are people out there that love themselves. Here's the deal. You've got to kind of start navigating away from the bad and start noticing the good. That's part of this whole journey. I promise you, they're there. You'll know because they enjoy being around you. They enjoy being around that open energy. So number one, if I were to talk to Annie right now, we're not talking, by the way. I hope she contacts me. Hopefully she watches this video. I don't know. So I got a gut feeling, though, she watches. Maybe not this far into it, but what was I going to say? Okay, I know what I was going to say. Number one, holy shit, did I learn something? And here's the thing that I realized. This is going to allow me to, what's the word? Be more grounded and present when people are going through their stuff, whether it's my clients or an avoidant. So number one, if you are listening, I'm a lot more grounded now because of that, and I won't get, here's the thing, when you clear stuff, you don't get as caught up in other people's stuff as you do before. Number two, man, do I understand avoidant behavior now way better than before. So what I'm trying to say is I don't take it personal because I realize like, oh, this has nothing to do with me. See, a lot of people like, well, why do you take it personal? You know, it's because if you got an issue, you've got an issue, right? So here's the thing about it. It's like now I realize like, oh, this isn't personal. This really has nothing to do with me at all. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, when you clear something, the energy is not there anymore. There's nothing to get triggered anymore. And this is what I would like, if Annie's listening, I want you to hear this because I can be around you now and be more of a grounding force for you, a more emotionally grounding person to allow you to be calmer and more down to earth. Like a grounding, a source of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a grounding rod. Now here's the deal. The healing allowed me to have both. It's like to be like, not, number one, to just not take it personal. It's because it's not like I'm logically not going to take it. No, it's just not there anymore. Number two, it also allowed me to understand all of this stuff. I heard it, but I didn't understand it on this level. So it allows you to be a much, much more understanding person. Last thing. So when I'm watching all these avoidant videos, like people now are like, oh God, another avoidant video. Oh, there's just run, just avoid the avoidant. Like that's like everyone, because people are so burned out. Now here's why. It's because you still have an issue. If you are like, oh, screw this, it's because you have something that's getting triggered by the avoidance avoiding you. It could be an abandonment wound. It could be a narcissist wound. It could be all kinds of stuff. Whereas now here's the thing. Now it's like, oh, I understand this now. Because, a lot of times I'll post on these people's videos like, so why would anybody want to go through this and stay in a relationship or get an avoidant back? Like, for the life of me, I'm like, why would you do that? That's so painful. And now it's like, oh, I get it, because it's not personal. But that literally just shifted in the last 6 hours or 12 hours or something. Before it was like, oh, I couldn't do it because if they left again, it would just rip my heart and soul out. Because essentially they kind of come and go. Now I'd just be like, oh, okay, well, have a good 3 months or 6 weeks or however long you're gonna be. Bye. It would just be like, well, it's kind of like your dog coming and going out of the doggy door. You wouldn't flip out. So it's like that lady earlier in the video where she thought this guy, well, if he loves me, then I'm going to be fine. Like, no, once you heal from the issue, you won't need someone to love you or to approve of you or whatever. You'll just feel good regardless. And let's say they have some negative habit or something that's not very nice. It wouldn't hurt you because it's not about you. It's their stuff. I know you guys have heard that a million times, but I'm telling you, when you finally get to this place, it's amazing. Alright, that's it, guys. God bless you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something from it. I had to share this with you because I think there's a lot of you that, even if you listen to only half this video, I think this is going to help you. And Annie, if you're listening to this video, get a hold of me. I'd really, really appreciate that. If not, well then just enjoy. Alright, that's it, guys. Please click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and as always, you can go ahead and make a donation. There's two ways. Number one, there's a PayPal link right there in the description box. Number two, now that I'm a member, whatever you call it, there's the heart right there. It's a thank you button, and you can donate that way too. You can also buy one of my elite dating relationship coaching books for men or women and hire me for coaching. Alright, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.